Hello everyone. Let me begin with a simple question as I always do. When we enter our classrooms, what do we usually ask ourselves? Have I completed the syllabus? Have I finished the chapter? But Bloom's taxonomy asks us something far more meaningful. Have my students started thinking? Yes, have I started thinking? Have my students started thinking? The cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy is just not an educational framework. It is a mirror for teachers, a mirror that shows us the level at which our teaching truly operates. And friends, most learning begins with remembering. This is the first step. Students recall definitions, they list points, they memorize answers, and yes, this stage is important. But remembering is not learning. It's only the entry gate of learning. The second step is understanding. When a student explains a concept in his or her own words, when learning starts making sense, when ideas connect, that is when knowledge begins to breathe. But Bloom doesn't want learning to remain comfortable. It challenges us to move further to application. That is the third step. Can the student use what he or she knows in real life? Can they solve a problem? Can they apply a concept beyond the textbook? Because knowledge that is not applied is eventually forgotten. Then comes the most powerful shift in learning, that is analysis. Here, students stop accepting the information as it is. They question, they compare, they differentiate, and this is where critical thinking is born. Next is evaluation, the fifth step. Over here, the students are no longer silent learners. They develop opinions, they justify, they argue, they support ideas with logic, not with emotion. Here is a classroom that allows evaluation, and this evaluation creates confident, articulate learners. And finally, Bloom takes us to the highest level, that is creation, that is creativity. Here, the students design, they propose, they imagine, they innovate. And this is not about reproducing answers. This is about producing ideas. Friends, Bloom's taxonomy is not a ladder to rush through. It's a journey of thinking. Every lesson does not need all 6 levels, but every child deserves the opportunity to move beyond remembering. In the era of this NEP 2020 and competitive based education, our role as teachers has changed. We are no longer content deliverers. We are now designers of thinking experiences. Because in the end, marks measure memory, but Bloom's taxonomy builds minds. Yes, Bloom's taxonomy builds minds, and that is the true purpose of education. Thank you very much.